Hey people of the internet. Today we're going to be looking at a route called Serendipity, put up by a local developer named Bob Allison in 1995. It's located in a peaceful crag 25 minutes north of Squamish known as Rogues Gallery. For me, this route broke down into three main sections: a steep bouldery arête ending with a good knee bar rest, a longer section of techie but less physically demanding vert climbing, and finally a sting in the tail traversing sequence guarding the anchors. Let's jump into it. After the initial scramble and sorting out a couple of draws, you start in on the first bouldery section, beginning with a far reach left and a key right heel hook at head height. A few tricky but super cool compression moves follow. I found stretching the left foot out wide gave me a strong base to bump up my right hand until I hit a good in-cut crimp. Even though this is quite a powerful position, I liked getting the next clip out of the way at this point before fully committing to the balancey arête. Once the feet swung over, I found the next few moves really interesting, shifting back and forth looking for stable positions to bump up the arête feature. After securing a good pinch high in the arête, I used a delicate step through to bring my right foot high and fall into a good shelf hold, marking the end of the hardest bouldery moves on the route. From here, a high left foot notch paired with a solid in-cut crimp make a nice stable position to clip from, and flowed nicely into some good holds in the roof, which eventually lead into your knee bar rest. I'm not sure if this route was originally done with a rest here, but I found it incredibly helpful to keep the pump minimal and was the key to making this route a pretty quick tick for me. Once rested up, a high right hand pinch unlocked the next sequence. Hanging down this hold, you can walk both feet up and lock in a key left heel to hand match, releasing your hand to come up to a good in-cut side pull. Stepping in with the left foot and high with the right brings you fully up onto the vertical head wall and creates another stable clipping position. From here, I found a couple of ways to weave up the next 8 or so meters towards the final crux. None of my methods felt particularly better than the others, and I think I climbed it fairly uniquely each burn, but regardless, the climbing is really enjoyable, and with some sneaky rests and shakeouts, you can keep the pump at bay. This delicate foot switch, while not completely necessary, felt cool to me, and at the time I was working on improving my skills in this area. Doing it mid-route felt like a nice way to continue building my confidence. After this, more flowy movement, comfortable grips, and restful positions characterize the rest of the sequences that lead up to the final red point crux. At this point on the route, one last clip and a marginal shakeout level at the crux lets you eye up the sequence before starting in on the traverse. After walking my feet right and briefly matching on a good undercling, I took a tiny right-hand Gaston crimp, bumped my left foot onto a good edge, and lunged out to a wide pinch. From here, multiple tensiony and delicate foot moves lead into a final cross into a king jug. If you stick the move, you're rewarded with an easy scamper up to the chains, where you can take in the view and enjoy the euphoria that comes with a well-fought send. Until next time, thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing to my channel to support my long-term goal of using YouTube to generate money for local climbing societies and search and rescue organizations.